Hello, I am Frances Green.
And I'm Gary Green, and we've been at Southern Hills for about 6 years now.
We went to Venezuela in the beginning of 1993. Gary and I left with Travis, and we ended up staying there for 8 years and just loved the ministry, loved being involved in people's lives and getting to help establish a church family there.
Some of the exciting things that happened to us while we were on the mission field was a chance to help the church grow in so many different ways. We started a youth group that met in our home on Friday nights. It began with 5 students, and over a period of time grew so that we often had 50 to 60 students in our home on Friday night.
Venezuela was such an exciting place to do mission work because the people were so receptive.
We were able to help the church purchase land. It's the only congregation of the Churches of Christ in Venezuela that actually has a parking lot. It's kind of our claim to fame.
There was always someone to study the Bible with. We were able to set up small Bible studies with people that were just searching for a relationship with God. That was fun.
Over time, there were some major circumstances that changed in our work. We had a young man come and join us, and after being with us for 2 years, this young man, who is a young missionary but that struggled with a lot of internal anger, would eventually sow a lot of discord and then leave the country abruptly. And the fallout, attempting to hold the church together, to stomp out fires and to heal broken hearts, over time, I kind of ran out of steam and suffered from what's called a transitory ischemia attack, a TIA, or often called a mini stroke. One day, the left side of my face, my left arm, my left leg all went numb, and I was confined to bed rest for the next 30 days.
The second big change in our circumstances was some family transition that we were going through, and just a series of events led up to us realizing it was time for us to come back to the States, which was a shock for us because we had bought a house down there. We thought we would grow old in Venezuela, and we just loved the ministry so much.
I think we went through about every emotion in the book in about a 2-month period of time. We were angry, we were frustrated, we cried.
Through just God's working, we were led to come and Gary work at ACU, and then we got connected at Southern Hills and started working with the campus ministry there. I remember the first meeting we went to about campus ministry was with Tim Yandel and Steve Ridgel, and I just remember their excitement and like, okay, what can we do for the ministry? How can we make things different and meet these needs of the students? And that was our first exposure to what was happening at Southern Hills and how could we get involved.
At the same time, I was beginning at ACU. My job is called Missions Coordinator for Latin America, which basically what that means is trying to develop interest in missions and then help those who have an interest become part of long-term mission teams. We've been very, very blessed to be connecting with students, use our home to have students in. Basically the same things we were doing starting the youth work in Venezuela and growing the church in Venezuela, we've been able to do with the campus ministry at Southern Hills and with my work at ACU.
When you get to encourage and help someone taste the excitement of ministry and they get the joy of sharing God's word with someone else, that is a great privilege. So that's what we get to do here. We're helping make more ministers.
Those different transitions, now when we look down the road to the future, we have no idea where we will be in 5 or 10 years from now, but we're okay with that because we know that wherever we wind up, God's going to do something good with it.